Hey, everybody, welcome to Studio 7. I'm Mercedes Wilson.
I'm Naila Ansari Carbonell Cotillo, new
Love
last name for
it.
me.
Love it.
Love that. And I'm Autumn Lewandowski. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Monday, huh?
It is Monday, and it is cold.
It is cold.
Are
Well,
you,
get used to it.
are you a winter person?
It's not going anywhere.
Absolutely not.
You are not a winter person?
No.
No? Her face is like, why would you ask
It
me
was just
that?
terrible. It's like I didn't grow up here.
Here, put your mic
But
What?
it's like I didn't grow up here. So I should like the winter. But
No, I don't like it either.
I did.
No, I don't either.
I don't.
But Autumn
I
said it's going
don't-
to be cold.
It's going to be cold. Probably maybe Tuesday to Wednesday, the coldest. So, I mean, it's been below average. We're going to continue to be
Yeah.
below average, still dealing with some lake effect snow, not as dominant as it was over the past several days.
Yeah.
And for the southern tier, but we'll still have some snow around, but just cold, just bundle up. If you don't want to be outside, bundle up and then don't stay out long.
Yeah, because it's cold, friends. It is cold. But we get to talk about something fun today. We get to talk about the arts.
Yes.
We are all creatives here. And the arts is super important. And I think it starts with our kids. Do y'all agree or disagree?
I agree. I mean, I think it starts with our kids, but I think it also starts with society around us, asking a lot of questions, storytelling, all of those things incorporate the arts.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's just such a creative outlet, and to have them in schools and to hear that, at times they're thinking of taking different arts away from schools is just such a letdown, because there's so much creativity that comes through kids in different ways. And I went up to a performing arts school, so I played the clarinet for, I don't know, 6-8 years or something like that at performing arts. And it was just a fun way to grow up, because you had people singing and people they were doing drums or dancing or regular art or violins, and I was in regular band, so I grew up with it and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
We oftentimes forget that art is really a need, it's not a want.
Yeah.
And so many times it's seen as such a privileged thing that a lot of us can hopefully afford for our kids to take piano lessons or go take ballet classes and get etiquette. And it goes a lot deeper than that. Every story that we have, even here today, is there's so much art that happens in order for us to even be together right now, for folks to even see us right now. That is something that we can't deny ourselves, and it's something that I think we all have to understand, that it makes us function in the world. It makes us be able to understand one another a lot easier.
But I think people cannot understand, if that makes sense. They cannot understand how important it is, and we take it for granted. Like you watching TV right now, there's somebody behind the camera,
1,000%.
taping us right now. So I mean, that is the arts. When like music, that is the arts. But it goes on so many different. It crosses so many different dimensions.
Right.
Yeah.
Even writing scripts, documentaries, reading books. There's so much art around us every single day, and we just take advantage of it because we think that is something that we can just have at our fingertips. And then when it's seen as something as big, it's so commercialized that people feel it like it's so distant, as if there's not all these things that make it function on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. So Lorianne says you need arts in your life to make you a well-rounded person.
Yes, I totally agree. And it's interesting because so many people are like looking for different ways to be creative, right? You can look at people are like asking ChatGPT, like, how can I be a more creative person? It's like,
Just try something.
Right.
and we all have it. And I think sometimes we just have to take it out of this world of hobbies, because a lot of times it's the information that we need. And it's like, you work in a news station, that comes together through the arts, and that gets delivered through the arts.
Sure does.
So Grace says, yes, kids need to show their creative side. The arts are usually such a positive thing in a child's life. And we don't realize how much it shapes us. And then as adults, how much is, number one, like we said, going on around us, but we enjoy it.
Yes. We
Like,
enjoy it often.
yeah. Like,
I mean, I can't even tell you, my husband was like trying to, like, Gladiator was like, we have to go watch Gladiator, right?
Yeah.
And
oh, Denzel is an art.
yes, he's an artiste. You didn't know. And I think what we've done as society is we made it this like Hollywood thing, or this big Broadway thing that becomes such a spectacle that people really don't understand the practice of art, and they don't really understand the creativity and the passion that you have to have. And not only that, really the storytelling and how many people it takes to tell a story.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Are you going to try to persuade Natalia into playing?
I don't really want to persuade her any which way. I kind of put everything out in front of her, and what she likes, she kind of goes to. I mean, the amount of playing with Barbies and horses and making storylines around like that type of stuff, we do that endlessly every single day. Books, she's like, I'm okay with the book. I'd rather make a story out of all my animals and everything. But I'll put it all out there. We've gone to different things where she could watch musicals. I'm like, would you want to do that, or horseback riding, or ice skating, or gymnastics, or just everything. I try to put it out there, and if I see that she likes one thing, then we'll continue to go with that. But I'll put the world out there for her, and whatever she wants to try, I'll have her do.
Naila, you have a fan. Hi, Naila, or hey, Naila. Amazing to see the woman you've become. That's Shannon.
Hey,
What about you and Noah?
Oh, it's funny.
Noah's her son.
Noah is totally into sports, but he loves going to the theater, and he loves the tech side of theater. Lights.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The last show I did, Noah was going up to tell our lighting designer what he thought should happen with the light. And it's so funny because he's such a character, and he won't act.
Oh, he's a character. Yeah.
But he refuses to go, and he is so shy on stage. But he loves the technical part of it. He loves all the designs and being able to use his mind and his imagination to help with storytelling.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so we have to go to break. We'll be right back. Okay, so during the breaks, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Can we do some Would You Rathers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
Okay, you cannot make up stuff, because I tend to make up stuff. You have to pick one or the other.
We change it so we can answer.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay,
That's
so
what we do.
would you rather always play the villain or always play the comedic sidekick?
Oh, the comedic sidekick for me.
Yeah.
That's kind of me by nature. And the villain is like, it never ends out. It never ends up well.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
That's
you
true.
might as well have fun.
That's true. You know what? I guess I would want to see what the villain's like. After you just said the villain never makes it, I guess I'll say, I don't know, just because I've never done it.
I'm not very comedic, but I would rather be lighthearted than be mean. So I won't pick the villain. But my daughter would probably pick the villain. She likes the antagonist, and every single thing she watches, she kind of roots for them in a very odd way. But that's just who she is. Well, my example is she loves Venom.
Oh,
okay. Venom's not bad, but he's not good. But at least his moral is that he eats the heads of bad people.
Right.
So she's she is all about him. Yeah.
Okay.
She's a dark, fun girl. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So you answered not much into comedy, but it's more lighthearted.
I mean, I like to think that I can be funny, but I would rather be that than the villain.
Yeah. Comedy is hard. Comedy is, I think, is the hardest.
Yeah. Okay, so another fun one. Would you rather forget your lines on stage or miss your cue for an entrance?
Oh, miss my cue. I would not want to miss my cue. I would rather miss a line on stage.
Oh, really?
Because usually someone, especially if you're with people that are good, if you're by yourself in a monologue, you can finagle it a little bit. If you're with people that are good, they can play off and get you to get your line back and make the story make sense. If you miss your cue, it's a whole lot of things that can go wrong.
See, I was going to say Mr. Q.
Yeah, me too. But I'm not in that.
Yeah.
Well, because
shows how much we don't know.
Yeah.
Your cue could mean a whole lot of things in terms of like set design. If you miss a cue, someone's going off of that with a light, or someone's going off of that with some type of prop that's supposed to come on stage.
Yeah, I
missing
wouldn't have
the
thought
cue
that.
is, and you can end up with a bare stage if you're supposed to be.
That is true.
We all just looking at a set. That's cute for a second.
Okay. So Cheryl says the villain, going back a little bit, low key is the perfect villain.
Yeah, because
he was
always
annoying.
trying to do good. He's
low key.
Low key. Yeah, he tried.
He was very mischievous.
Right. But deep down, his heart was good. But he was bad.
Well, we're coming back, friends.
No.
Okay, welcome back to Studio 7. So we're talking about the arts today. We have a special guest, Naila, with us. If you are not joining us during the breaks, you really need to, because we're having really good conversations, and you can chime in with your comments, and we always love your comments. So join us on X, on YouTube, or on Facebook.
Yeah, we are everywhere. Do we want to have like a little background of who our special guest is? I
Yes.
felt like we haven't talked about it yet, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah, this is always like the weird part of
It
like
is.
Yeah.
It
my
is.
bio on my website and stuff. So I'm a professor at Buffalo State University in Theater and Africana Studies. I'm also working with Shea's in the education department, and I'm also working with Shea's at UGMA as a choreographer for Dreamgirls that's coming up, which I know we're going to talk
So
about soon.
exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. I do a lot of work with foundations locally and nationally on helping raise funds for the arts and do consulting as well. So I'm kind of around a lot, do
Yeah.
research and teaching on my real time,
Yeah.
off time.
It's all real.
I like helping
Yeah.
folks and building up a
Awesome.
community for the arts.
choreography. Talk to that a little bit. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff that you have choreographed. How do you even begin?
It's definitely
Yeah, I wonder.
imagination. It depends what side you're looking at. So if it's a musical or what they call a straight play, you usually have a script. So you're already going off of something. So it's not too far off in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like you
yeah.
just kind of have to build your creativity based on the story that the playwright already wrote for you. When you're doing kind of more concert dance or something that doesn't have a script to you, the imagination has to kind of run wild
Yeah.
in a different kind of way. So in those cases, is usually what kind of touches me in that moment. I usually do a lot of work that is kind of more on the political side of kind of talking about what we need to kind of address societally. And then when it comes more into the Broadway commercialized things, I usually have a script that kind of guides me on what needs to happen.
I think people like you. Cheryl says, welcome Naila to the Studio
Hey.
7 family.
Hey, girl. Good girl.
Yes. I think they like you. So talk a little bit about this co-production, Dreamgirls, with Shays and Ujima.
Yes, Shea's in Ujima.
Mhm.
And it's like coming home because I did Once on This Island and I was the first director,
That was
choreographer for their first produced
amazing.
show.
Yeah.
And so I did Color Purple last year with Second Gen, Ujima and Shays. And so now it's like kind
How
of our
amazing.
trilogy coming together for
Yeah.
Dreamgirls.
Okay, so really quick, I just have to intercept. How do you know your guest is a big deal? Because now people are claiming you. Deidre says she's also a Miss Barbara School of Dance
Yes.
alumni.
Hey, Miss Deidre. Hey, Miss Barbara. Yeah, Miss Barbara was my Miss Barbara was my first dance
Yeah.
teacher. She's the best.
So give us a little background on Ujima too.
Yeah, so Ujima going strong. And Lorna Hill, who transitioned, she passed away. She was my mentor.
Yeah.
And so Ujima was actually my first professional show. I was in and Bid Him Sing. And I was, the Color Marching Band is coming, Color Marching Band is coming. And Ujima has been a major part in my life and to reason why I'm an artist today and also in theater arts as a whole. But we've been around going on strong 50 years in the community. Lorna Hill started it from the ground up and is still here running strong. We've partnered now with Shea's, which has been amazing for us because it
Yeah.
allows a larger audience to see who we are and the work that we've been doing, quite frankly. So a lot of times when we kind of dodge out into these other worlds, people are like, "Oh, y'all are amazing." It's like, well, we've been amazing for
Yeah.
a very long
Long
time.
time.
You just get to see it
But
now.
some
You're
of the
just seeing it.
greats have been a part of Eugene Stephen, McKinley Henderson being one of them. A lot of folks know, but a lot of folks have just touched through Ujima coming through Buffalo and Western New
Yeah.
York area, and just high quality theater that has
Yeah.
really told stories, not just of Black folks, but brown folks in different ways of understanding our world and what we need and the stories in which we need to tell that often don't get told.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Cheryl wants to know, when does Dreamgirls come to Shays? Before you say that, you have to tell everybody what Dreamgirls. Have you ever seen Dreamgirls?
No.
Oh, we gotta get y'all to
yes.
see
So-
Dreamgirls.
Yes. So
So September 12th, so be curtain up. So everyone get excited for that. Start to get those tickets when they're available. We're going into auditions, which actually are tomorrow, January 7th and January 8th. So I know we'll touch upon that. a little
yes,
bit.
we
So
have to talk about
folks
that
got
because
their
Guys.
dancing shoes and a little voice. If somebody told you could sing at some point,
Yeah.
come through.
but
but
I mean, I might try out.
Yes, you can. We
I
got
think
some
I
slots.
could.
I mean, they're filling up really fast. So go to Ujima Co. Inc. You can go online on Instagram and Facebook to be able to sign up for auditions. But it's Dreamgirls. So Dreamgirls, for folks that haven't really touched upon it, it was a movie, a motion picture, but it was a huge phenomenon on Broadway. And it's really one of the major Black musicals that really hit Broadway in a major way. And I'm telling you, it wasn't before, Jennifer Hudson. It was Jennifer Holiday. Who
Yeah.
can sing her face off, and she only did it once. Don't ask her to do it twice. And it's really this story. It's a little bit deeper than, people, a lot of it touch upon like the, thinking similar of the Supremes in the 60s and Motown, but it's really these Black women that are trying to break this barrier into an industry that people can see as, in a lot of ways really criminal. And how we take advantage of one another, and the stories that we take advantage of ourselves, but also how to survive in the industry, and how Black women have broken these barriers to be able to get access. And then the story kind of looks at like, what do we have to do within ourselves and within our own communities to get that access? And are we selling out when we go into these more commercialized ways? So when we talk about the conversations about artistry, do we contain that artistry even when we get that commercialized? And is there a way to, get that level of fame and still be true to who you are?
Is there?
Right.
I would say it amplifies who you are. So if you were a horrible human being before you got there, which I've met a lot of those, you will be worse when you get that fame. And then you have some folks that just really aren't made for it, in the sense of like, if you want to be in your room and just sit and do art all day, and you really aren't in this space that you want to be commercialized, it can also do harm in that way.
Yeah.
So you have to really prepare yourself and ground yourself to say what you're willing to take and what you're willing not to take.
Yeah, it's true. What
And
do you
that's
think?
hard.
Do you think someone can get to be a mega superstar and still stay authentic to who they are? Or
I would like to say people from Buffalo can.
Very
good answer. Good answer.
I think we're grown in a way that hopefully has humility and just is nice and grounded. And I think if you come from that, hopefully that sticks with you. And if it doesn't, like you said, I think you can just become more of
More of who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which might not be good.
We'll be right back. Okay. So we're going to do some more Would You Rathers, because I don't want the folks at home to miss the details.
I love these Would You Rather.
Do you?
Oh my God, they're
They're fun.
hilarious.
Okay, so, would you rather have a standing ovation every night or win a major theater award?
Oh, a standing ovation.
Yeah?
Yeah, because awards are very political, and it depends on who is adjudicating them, and it depends on who's popular. A lot of it is rarely on how great you are.
That's good.
I would say that too.
Yeah?
I would say the standing ovation. Because it's people that are watching you directly every single night, or,
Yeah.
however often you're doing that.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're all going to agree on that one. Would you rather work with an unpredictable director or a demanding cast?
Oh. Oh, I have had both. Okay, by unpredictable, are we saying one that have short-tempered and unpredictable?
I don't know. It just says unpredictable.
Okay, I can do unpredictable by way of giving me a creative license in a certain sense to challenge me. I can do it. I can do unpredictable director in that way. A demanding cast is a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's so many
imagine.
personalities. It's
Yeah.
literally like running a business, and people don't understand that because what they see is the end. They see the spectacle of it all.
Yeah.
They don't see the work that goes into
Right.
it. You're managing personalities, and then a lot of time you're managing personalities of people that can. I mean, everybody to some extent, you need to have confidence and a little bit of an ego to do what we do. And so when you have a lot of really challenging personalities, that can be a lot.
Yeah.
But if you mean unpredictable by challenging me, I would take an unpredictable director.
So Kevin says a demanding director is still only one person to deal with. A whole cast.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin
One
said that
at
a
a
lot
time.
more.
Well, Robert says he would take a demanding cast.
You would take
That's a lot more people than one person,
See,
Robert.
but you also have to be nuanced by demanding, because demanding could be like diva. Like, are you asking that we need to take a 5 every 3 minutes, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or
Not being
somebody
able
has
to
to go
finish
get my
what you need to do.
tea, you know? Or,
Yeah. What do you think, Autumn?
The more people that are pulling and pushing and all of that, like I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I'd probably walk away.
But
Like
that's it.
I can't.
It's over. We're done.
yeah, you establish
Like, I
those
don't-
ground rules real quick. But that's the point of auditions.
Just do your job, people.
You know, you can only do
Oh, are we coming back?
but so much, but auditions usually help with that.
Yeah. Welcome back to Studio 7. We've had a really, really, really fun time. We're not done yet, but a really fun time. So can we talk more about Dreamgirls?
Yes, yeah.
Tell us about the casting call. You said if you can sing or if someone has told you that you can sing.
Well, ideally, we would have like you to sing and have some experience. However,
Uh-huh.
you also never know what you don't know. And some people have, you know, not necessarily been in a professional theater since, but have, you know, performed in different ways. So, you know, people in churches. And so I would say if you really feel like you have the talent and you really want to go and Dreamgirls touches you, it never hurts to audition. And quite frankly, the more you audition, the more practice you get at it.
Yeah.
Oh, for
as
sure.
well.
Yeah. Do you need to know how to dance too or just sing?
Preferably for me, I love someone that can keep rhythm and timing and got a good 2-step.
Yeah.
I can't make miracles happen.
Yeah.
Yes, but we are also accepting dancers as well. So I know that sometimes gets a little funky sometimes between the dancer, musical theater world, because a lot of times people think that you have to be this amazing belter and like a lead. We are accepting folks that are dancers that want to come in and have some experience, you know, singing as well. But dancers are absolutely welcomed.
Yeah. Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
I'm so excited.
How many judges do you know?
So there'll be 3 of us in the room that are part of the creative team, and then we have our 4th from Shea's Nakia that will be there with us as well. So we have Karen Saxon, who's our musical director, Tioga Simpson, who will be the director, and me, I'm choreographing. So we'll
You seem
be
like
all there in the room.
you seem like a Simon Cowell to me.
I am.
Yeah.
You're a Simon Cowell.
I am.
You have to tell people what they really what you are
Yes.
seeing of them.
Yes, I would say.
Look, Autumn said I'm all for it.
Well, the thing
gotta
is, you
tell
don't want to
them.
waste people's time.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not about being rude. You know, it's not about
Right.
like it's not that in the sense of like I'm gonna sit there and say you're horrible. But we do have to make decisions fairly quickly. So when you're going in, you kind of know right away, like, oh, okay, this person has something.
Yeah.
Even though they may not feel that they're the best, or they may not be the best singer or actor or dancer.
Yeah.
You can tell that was like, oh, I want to work with them. There's something about that.
Right.
But vice versa, there's people that can come in that can be absolutely amazing, and I'm like, I will never work with them because they're not good to work with. Like you can tell the way that they just come into the audition room.
Yeah.
They feel like they run it, and that can be a disastrous of a rehearsal process.
I think that's fabulous because it's not only about talent.
Right.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm very much like, I'm actually very nice, but I'm to the point. Like,
Right.
because we don't have that much time to put a show
Right.
up.
Right.
So even though we're in production meetings now, we really only have a few weeks to put an entire show up. So we have to have folks that are coming in ready to work and that are easy to work with.
So auditions are tomorrow and the 8th.
Yes.
And then once y'all pick everybody, how soon are you starting?
Well, we have callbacks following that. That will be at show. The auditions will be in the rehearsal studios at Shea's 710, and you can sign up online on that.
Yeah,
site of
Alyssa has been
Genius.
popping up.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
good.
Yep. So go
And
there.
then we will have callbacks after that. So we are looking for folks that will be there if you're 18 by August 2025. So this August, you are free to come and audition as well. We'll be starting the rehearsal process in August.
I know you said some spots are full. Are there any that you think or that you can tell folks that they'd be going out for?
Oh yeah. So in terms of full, I mean like for sign up. So you have to get up your sign up. So in terms of like who we have cast, not yet. But in terms of like spots to sign up to audition, make sure you get on that because they have filled up pretty quickly.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we see everybody. So no one's coming in like promised anything.
Right.
So I think you already answered this, but can you just re-answer? Because Grace said, I'm wondering if these auditions are for children. My 2 nieces are actresses and have been in movies, and one is currently in the play, The Grinch, that travels around the country. But they have to be 18?
18 by August 2025, by this August.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and then Kevin had mentioned just the one before, because this is what I was finding a little more difficult, because I wanted to get Natalia into like musical theater. She would watch like Frozen when she was 3, and she would do all the steps, and she'd say, "Put a cape on me, mommy," and she'd stomp down and she'd put her arm up. I'm like, well, I want to get her into that.
Yeah.
But when I looked, there was nothing like that young that she could go to. So do you know of places that kids can go that are fairly young that can start this out?
So we actually have the Dunbar Project at UGMA, which works with a lot of students. We have an amazing group of students I call them semesters, but we have fall and spring semester and then a summer semester as well. We work with kids from middle school all the way to seniors in high school. And Shea's as well has a summer camp. So they have them as well from middle school all the way to high school in the summertime. There's also various organizations around the city as well that has different programs. Second Generation, I know, has programs as well for kids. So it is kind of hard to find, because a lot of folks, if you're not in that world, you're like, I've never even heard of that. But once you start to kind of get those names out, you know that they're
I bet. I was Googling. More so, my problem was I had a little girl. I was so excited to it could have been a little boy. It doesn't matter. It was, I had a kid, and I'm like, what can I get them into? And she's 3 and 4, and they're like, they don't start till 7 or 8. I'm like, oh God, no, I got to just go like this until I can get her into things.
There's young audiences, so there's different arts groups, and that's a lot of the work that I'm doing as well. Working in terms of foundation is to get folks to understand that there's amazing arts and culture organizations around Buffalo. We want kids to be able to be a part of it so that they can really, take that torch and lead on to the next generation of artists.
And Connie, again, asked something I think you spoke about already, but doesn't Shea's have a summer
program? That's a summer
camp
program I just mentioned in the summertime. And those should be actually getting ready to come up soon for the summer for folks to sign up.
So we have about 30 seconds left, Naila. Tell everybody anything that you want them to know for the auditions.
Yes. So make sure you come in when you're looking at 8 to 16 bars, looking for R&B songs, Motown songs, 60s and 70s. Make sure you have your headshot and resumes. If you don't have that, just try to reach out to us really quickly. We can send some examples for folks to have as well, and come out and enjoy, have your songs. If you don't have sheet music, kind of look that up. If you need help, reach out to me. I'll help folks find that as well. And get your dancing shoes on.
Yes. Well, we do have to go, but I'm going to audition really quick.
Okay.
And I'm telling
I will judge.
Have a good day, everybody.